Okay. You're welcome here once again. I think it's been quite some time since I updated videos here, and I will always want to come up with better information, good information as to how to trade well. I've been using indicators, the stochastic and then Ichimoku together, and it's been very so good. But I needed to also test a lot of things, and I have come out to see that the market always follows a pattern. It always follows a pattern. And so I went back to study how the patterns forms, and I've come back here to give you the information. And if you get to know how it works, that one too is very, very good, and it's also nice and perfect. It works almost 98%. And so let's get back to learning how to use patterns, drawing your support and resistance levels using the lines. In fact, is very, very also good. And so this is what I want to take you through this time around. Okay, now the main truth about everything on this in this market trading is that things are always happening the same. But if you look at these lines, for instance, how will you understand? How would you know it's going to go up or it's going to go down? Okay, but it's always going down and up, going down and up, and moving in a zigzag form. Okay, and it's whatever happens in the bigger time frame, those things also has been happening in the smaller time frames. Just that if you trade in the bigger time frame, the amount you might lose, if you have a bigger, you need to have a bigger account to trade in the big time frame. Else trading in the bigger time frame would have been the best thing. I once met one Chinese woman on YouTube, teaching YouTube, and she trades on 1 hour time frame. And if you study everything, you could see that it is very, very good. But you need a huge account to be doing those kind of things, And so let's go to how to draw the patterns. And this time around, I'm just giving you information and learning how to trade. Mind you, getting the knowledge is better than trading. Yeah, if you would take this, getting the knowledge is better than trading. And so get the knowledge as to how to do things, how to manage your losses, all those things before you even decide to be trading. And so when I get to know one particular thing in trading, I have to practice for about 2 to 3 months before I start it with a real account. I want to always make sure that what I'm doing is not a mistake. Though you can never erase mistakes out of this. But I want you to pause a little and go to the subscription button and subscribe to the channel first. and then you click also on the bell so that any new video that I make, you get it. Now, before you draw your patterns, you have to first go to the bigger time frame. So I usually choose the daily time frame, and so the daily time frame, you see that D1 is up there. This is volatility 100 index. D1 is up there, and look at what is happening here. Okay, you see now, for instance, you could see that this market is an upward trend and it was moving in this direction before. So you just imagine, meaning that everything that was happening was going to happen in this, within this pattern. So it was going, came down here, it went up, came down, it went up, came down, it went up, then there is a breakout here, and then it's coming down to here. Okay, so this is how everything is working, but this is a daily time frame. So if you, for instance, look at from here up to here, 6, 5, 808, that's huge, a huge number of pips. Now, what do I do? What I usually do is that, you see, if you look at this, it's definitely coming back. Definitely back to hit here. It's coming back to this place. Okay. Before it will try to go out, giving breakdown. That one is even uh, that one is good. But then let's look at this one too. Sorry. So what to do is, in this particular line that is coming from this place, there's a pattern following this thing here. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. We are going to draw our line from the top here to down, and then from here this is actually for a layman, so that you understand. People will tell you this is this line, the support line, this line is the resistance line. My brother, look at how it is done. So you then increase, you then minimize it from the bigger time frame to the smaller time frame. Now this is the daily time frame. Let's go to the hour, 4-hour time frame. You see where our line is hitting. Now let's go to 1 hour. So this is what is happening within our 1 hour line time frames. You see, so you can then be adjusting to touch the tip the tip of the wicks. Okay. Now you can then also even decrease it to 30 minutes time frame. Now, what do we also know? What we know is that this one is a downward what? Trend. So the pattern that I have drawn here, let me remove this red one. What I have drawn here is what? A downward trend. So the market is actually going to go down. But then the market always moves in a zigzag form. If I say zigzag, meaning that it usually goes up like this, come down, up, go up. That is how it usually moves. That means that this particular pattern, what will happen is that the line, as it has where it has reached, it will go back again to the top, from here to the top. So the movement will be as to the top, and immediately it reaches this line here, then it will come back because it has hit its peak, and because it is going to go down, it has to come down more, and so the market will come down. And so if you take your trade at this point, so you can decide to draw your lines. If you take your trade at this point, and then definitely on the line, you can target the trade on the line, and definitely you will hit it on the line. And the moment you get it on the line here, you see, the moment you get it on the line here, it will definitely drop, and you can even set your stop loss at this place. This is a 30 minutes time frame. Now let's reduce it to the let's get back to, let's say, 5 minutes time frame. Let's get to, this is 15 minutes. Okay, this is 5 minutes. So you see that we are still within it. Now this is the same way, you see, and so with this you can still draw, you see, the range at which it is hitting. Now I think 5 minutes. So if you measure the pips from the point here to this place, you can see that from here to here is even 922 pips. Okay, and this is telling you that the market is actually going to what? Go down, and though it will come here and then it comes until it reaches this, and then it will down, break down, just like that. Okay, so if you get to know all these things, it is also a very good way and even a better way of trading, because you don't need to be dependent upon certain things always. Okay, you don't need to be dependent on most of the indicators. Okay, but my indicator is very good. If you have a huge amount and you are trading with it, it will help you a lot. Even with a small amount and you want to increase your account, it will be very good. But I just want to introduce new thing to you, so that you getting more knowledge in trading is also better. So with this, you can see that you can know where the market is actually going to go, when it is going to break. So you know that these lines here, is the borderline for the whole thing to happen, for the whole range here to happen. And immediately it reaches this place, it reaches the line, the borderline up there, it's going to fall down. You see, look at what happened at this place. Look at what happened at this place. Immediately it reached the line here. See, it went up here again. And so, by all means, this thing is going to go and then come down, break a little, and immediately it reaches this, it's going to fall down. And this is where I usually my trade, and sometimes I leave about 50 as my stop loss, and then the rest will come down, monitoring it until I take my own profit. I believe this is a good information for you. I believe this is a good information for you. And if you really love this one, I would want you to go and click the button and subscribe to my channel and give me a like and give me a good comment. Thank you. You are welcome here once again. Bye-bye.